How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How was your holiday?
It was good. I had my grandson over yesterday, so that killed my back.
Oh, how big, how old is he?
He's going to be 4 in on August 20th, and he's getting big.
Oh, yeah, that's hard to carry around a 4-year-old. You're not used to that. That's nice. Did you see the fireworks and everything?
Well, on the 4th, we were just here, and they didn't shoot the ones off in Golden because of high winds, so
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't really get to see any because those are the
Uh-huh.
ones we view.
Well, good. How's everything? How's business?
Good.
Okay. I was going through our sheet from last week, and I was looking over some of my notes, and I was looking over your disc. And your disc is not what I expected.
Really?
No, your S and your D and your I are about the same. I'm not used to seeing that. You are unique. That's a good thing. You're very, and your natural style is, especially for your D, your I is pretty close. Big thing I saw was your natural style for your S is much higher than the, what you show others. I thought that was really interesting. And
What
you're
does that mean?
well, it means that you. I think it's because you are a very nice and fair person, and you really do like the everyone to be comfortable and things to be stable and consistent, and you're a team player and all those things, but you kind of bring it down a little bit. You're needing like your patience and your the need for comfort and things like that. Your natural styles, your numbers much lower than you're showing the world. It's just like you're bringing it down, which I thought was interesting. Your C is pretty close. You know, that's your black and white, you're calculating your list, your organizational. I would have thought your C was going to be super high. That's your systems
So,
and
so does that mean I'm unorganized?
no, no, it doesn't mean any, it just means your natural style for like you're a 32 and you figure 50 would be your average. So your need and your interest in being a perfectionist, systems, carefulness, analytics, order, stuff like that is below the average.
Oh,
And I thought it would have been really high because you spent so much time on your systems and you're focusing on systems. So I think it just means that you're kind of aware of it and you know you need it so that you have a you have a discipline. You have a discipline. You know you have to do it. That's kind of what it looks like to me. What do you think?
yeah. I mean, I am interested in getting those things done, and I'm probably better at it now that I have the Happy Grasshopper and Wise Agent. But yeah,
Yeah.
before that, I didn't have anything. In fact, that's what Jared was always like. He goes, "How do you keep track of everybody?" I go through email. It's just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was interesting because I thought your natural style for that would be much higher. So that was surprising. But your D and your I are exact, both 67s. You know, you are a driver and you are competitive and you have all the things that you need to be an entrepreneur.
oh, good.
And so that was good because you're 67, so you're above the 50%. So that's a strong trait. And your I, which the I is sales, persuasion, relationships, life of the party, things people are attracted to you. Same number, same number. Because if you had a really high D, because you're over 50%, and your I was real low, you wouldn't be a very nice person. Your behavioral would be very strident. But since your D and your I are so close, that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
good.
I mean, there's no bad trait, but when I say good, good for real estate,
Oh,
good.
okay.
There's no bad. These are not judgments about people's ethics or, anything like that. It's just what your behavioral tendencies are. And so when you can be natural, having a high D and a high I is very good for real estate. So that was good. Your S was just about as high. Remember, we were talking about the S would be the person who has that big, comfy, probably well-worn lazy boy chair in the middle of the room that no one wants to touch because it's comfortable and it's stable and it's all those things. Your tendency for that is high too. So on one hand, you're a driver, and obviously demanding for new things and demanding of yourself, but your S is high. I mean, you're 67 versus 63. That's kind of funny.
So does S mean you're more laid back?
S means that you're patient, you're predictable, a little bit passive, stable, consistent, steady, team player. Is everybody okay? You'll be like the first one to say, oh, so and so, is sick today, or so, you're very aware of environment and playing fair and all those things. Does that sound like you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as high as your D. So usually you don't see your D and your S so close.
Yeah, my mom always says, you're way too generous.
You're generous, but you're aggressive. And I don't mean aggressive, I mean aggressive like assertive.
I am assertive.
Yeah, that's an entrepreneurial quality. People who are not assertive, and a lot of times when you hear the word aggressive, you think that that's a negative thing. But you can't be assertive and entrepreneurial and not be aggressive, because the aggressive is like the driver, the type A that is able to put themselves in a position to be in a business where you only get paid if you make it happen.
Right.
So yeah. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Everything looked very what I would have expected. Your S was higher than I thought, and the reason I see that is when you look at what you naturally are comfortable with and what you show the world. Your S in your natural state is a 63. But what you show to the world is 17.
17?
17. That's a big difference. That's interesting. So I think that means that you push back on it because you have to be a bigger driver. You push back. You suppress it.
I suppress being nice to them?
No, you suppress needing a lot of comfort and predictability and patience, because those things are not the same as driver personality traits. So that's why it shows that, like you're eking it back. When, if you were allowed to be exactly in your natural state, and who can, we have to filter everything that we do. We can't just say and be whatever we feel like. We wouldn't be cultured people, right? We wouldn't be part of the human race. We would be, people who do things without thinking things through. But your S is how you behave when you feel like you're being observed. And so you suppress your S. You suppress that. And I think it's because your D, you have to have the D. You have to have it. And I think that's why you do it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be in this kind of business if you didn't have it. You're a driver,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Always good. Did you learn anything about yourself through that process? And did your son end up taking
No, he hasn't
assessment?
taken it yet because I need to still give him the website to do it, but I will do that.
Yeah, it's always interesting. It's always interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
I bet his D, I, and S will be high.
yeah, do you think his S will be high too? Usually they're very, usually they're very exclusive. You're a DI, you're an SC. You
Oh,
don't usually see that. Now I need to see his. I
yeah,
need to
I'll
look
ask
at
him
that.
to do it.
Yeah, yeah, I need to see
I'll,
that.
I'll, I'll make a note because I keep
Yeah.
forgetting.
When you look at yours again, when you have a second to look at it, look at the characteristics of the S. And when you think about the adjectives being patient, um, passive, complacent, stable, consistent, steady, outgoing, restless, active, spontaneous. It'd be interesting to see how you see that compared to your D and I, because I think that's not what I expected. But I think I know why you do that, because I think your D, I think because you're such a nice people kind of person, I think you suppress the D because you don't want to come off like that.
Yeah, I have to have some kind of filter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I would just say this, it takes one to know one, because my S and my C are very small, very, very small. But I think that's why. But anyway, it'd be interesting to see what you think about it when you look at it again.
Yeah, because
So
I only read it that one time, and I think it's in my inbox somewhere.
yeah,
I
yeah,
need,
you got to take time to look at it, because
yeah,
that's the main idea. I mean, it's always good and interesting to be able to talk about yourself, because you never get to do that, right? But the main benefit of knowing that is to see your traits, and then to start to see the people that you meet with and that you work with and that you're dealing with, so that you treat people the way they would like to be treated. So you have to understand the major personality styles so that you can mirror what they want. That's
right,
the whole idea.
yeah,
And you have better communication when you're interacting people in the way and the terms that they want. Like I used the example last time. If you know you're going to be meeting with a D personality, you're going to get to a 7 o'clock appointment at 10 minutes to 7. And then you're going to go, great to see you, looking forward to seeing your house, and you're going to get right to work. If you're looking with an I, you're going to be saying you're to get there on time, maybe a few minutes early as to not offend. And then you're going to, it's all about them. It's all about the house. What's your best memory of this house? What did your children enjoy the most about this house? What attracted, it's going to be about them.
yeah,
S, comfort, comfortable. No, I'm not going to come in and list your house and make you move everything and throw everything away. That's going to really scare that person. And a
mhm,
C is going to want a plan, and they're going to see actionable things, and they're going to see the report and the graphs, and they're going to love that. But if you threw that at an I, and you don't talk about them and their house and how fabulous it is, and notice something about them personally, they're not going to connect with you. So that's why you really have to study the different behavioral styles, and then you can actually implement it. That's why. That's
okay.
why you do it. That's
Yeah,
why.
that would be, yeah, because there's been some people that I've tried to work with, and I could not connect with them at all.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't work. I mean, and basically, I didn't like them either.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I didn't know. It was like anything I said, they weren't either responding or I don't know. There was just a couple of women that I could not, and I can usually connect with most everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could not connect with them. They just,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think once you get really good at knowing who's in front of you, you'll change the way you approach them, and you'll connect better because you'll be more aware of it. You'll be more aware of it. And it's a skill. It's something that, when I meet somebody for the first time, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Who is this person? and I'll start, putting the bait out to see how they respond to the basic things. And usually it's pretty easy once you.
Hey, Christine, I can't hear you. You're cutting in and out.
Is that better? I think I had paper. Can you hear me better now?
Not really. It's still gurgly.
Okay, gurgly. Just check something real quick. Can you hear me better now?
Not really.
It's
It
cutting
just,
in.
yeah, it sounds like you have water in your mouth.
Oh no, that's not good. I usually don't sound like that. Okay, I can call you back and we'll try again.
Now wait a second. Now keep talking.
Does that sound okay?
Yes, your words aren't matching your lips, but that's okay. I can at least hear you.
It must really look great. Okay. Well, let's get through this before I cut out and do really crazy things. What's the most important thing we could talk about today?
Okay, now it's worse. Let's try another line.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me try to get in again, and if that doesn't work, I'll call you on the phone. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Okay.
Let me try again. Just a moment.